Hello and welcome back to whatever my take on Vlogmas is, and maybe we'll have come up with a catchy name for it by now, but at current moment of filming I haven't done that. Today I want to talk you through all the books on my festive TBR, because let's just add another TBR to the list. Obviously this one's not as pressing all year round. I only tend to read Christmas books in December, but last year I went a little bit crazy at the beginning of December. There is a vlog for it which I will link in a corner. I'm not sure which one at present, and I just went mental and bought loads of Christmas books, but also other books. But I'm going to tell you about the Christmas ones today. We have a number of books here. A lot of them fall into a very similar category, but they all sound like super fun Christmas reads that are very up my street. So these are the books that I will be hoping to read over the festive season, over the years to come. There's no way that I'm reading all of these books in this month, especially considering there are other non-festive books on my TBR. Starting with the ones that are on my 10 before the end, so have a slightly higher chance of actually being read. We have Love Like Farms by B.K. Borison. I've seen so much love for this series, and it's actually, I think, a crime that I haven't read it yet, but I know this is the first book in the series and I wanted to read it at seasonally appropriate time. If I do actually get around to reading it this season, I think what I will do is try to read the rest of the books in the series in their relevant season, because I know there's 4 books total and they're set in winter, spring, summer and autumn. So this is where I'm going to start. I'm very excited about reading this, and I can't wait to find out what B.K. Borison's writing style is like, considering these books are so popular. Then we have the first of the easy cheesy Christmas romances, starting with a book about a book. We have The Christmas Book Club. I don't really know anything about this book. I know that it has Christmas, it's got books, and it's got a really cute cover. This is also available as an audiobook at my library, so I'm waiting for that to come in and I'm very excited about it. Yeah, this just seems like another small town romance about a book club at Christmas, and I don't think I need to know any more than that. That is enough for me. I'm very excited to read it. Then onto the books that aren't on my monthly TBR or my 10 before the end. They are unread and they are Christmassy, so we can divide these into 2 very clear categories. We have easy cheesy Christmas romances, and then we have slightly less easy cheesy Christmas murder mystery stories. Do those things complement each other at all? No, but I'll explain the murder mysteries when we get there, because there is context. But starting with the easy cheesy, oh no, not moving the tripod, that's not where we're starting. Starting with the easy cheesy Christmas romances, we'll begin with The Gingerbread Cafe by Anita Faulkner. First off, look at this cover. Look how stunning this cover is. I want to live here. Secondly, this is a small town romance, enemies to lovers, forced proximity romance, where someone who loves a cafe is devastated to find out that the owner has passed away, but surprised to find that the owner has left the cafe to her. But there's a catch: she has to share the running of the cafe with the owner's nephew, who has the same name as my husband, which is a little bit weird, but they hate each other, and obviously that's going to lead to them not hating each other, and I can't wait to find out how. It sounds super duper cute, it sounds right up my street, particularly for a festive romance, and I can't wait to get around to reading it one year, God knows when. Then we have All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. This is one that I wasn't going to pick up because I read another book by this author last year or the year before, The Holiday Swap, and I thought it was genuinely terrible, one of the worst books I've ever read. But this cover kept sucking me in, and then the concept sounds super fun, so I'm giving the author another chance. This is 2 people who are selected as contestants on a famous reality singing show, and then during duet week they're put together and people are obsessed with their chemistry. So the show then tells them they have to stay together both on and off screen to portray this fake relationship, or they will be kicked off the show. So they decide they're going to do it because they want to have their big break, but they hate each other, obviously. Will their relationship ruse be exposed before they can win, or could their fake connection turn real by the Christmas finale? It sounds super cheesy. Honestly, I'm all here for it, so we'll see whether I hate this as much as I hated The Holiday Swap, but that is All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. Then we have One December Day by Rachel Marks. This is about 2 characters who only get to see each other once a year, but it's at Christmas and it's seeing where they are at in their lives year after year. It's a kind of one day but at Christmas. I didn't love One Day, but I love Christmas, so even if this is mid, I'll have a good time because it's a Christmas romance book, and I'm all for that, to be honest. Then we have a book that I picked up secondhand. I managed to pick this up for £1.50, what a bargain, and that is Let It Snow by Beth Moran. Let's just read the summary because I don't think I can do it better. After the end of a relationship, local weather girl Bea Armstrong has been avoiding her family, but with Christmas approaching, she is heading home to Carris House, the school in Sherwood Forest that her parents run. And to top it all, the insufferable Henry Fairfax, who her folks have always wanted her to marry, has also been invited. Relief comes in the shape of an interview for her dream job. There are just a few problems. The interview is in Scotland, Bea has no car, and it's snowing. The only solution is for Henry to drive her. During an unforgettable 2 days, a stay in a log cabin and a nightmare journey, Henry turns out to be nothing like she thought. Does this sound super stereotypical and cheesy? Yes. Have I already said that an easy cheesy Christmas romance is my favourite kind of book? Also yes, and for £1.50 I'm prepared to take a risk on a book I may not love because it's not a lot of money. Then we have A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. Originally I wasn't going to pick this up because I saw some people say that it was absolutely terrible, but then I found out the premise and I was like, you know what, I need to find out more about that for myself and make my own judgment. So, oh, we have another character called Bea. Okay. When Bea Hobbs takes the lead in a squeaky clean romantic Christmas movie, there are only 3 rules. 1, don't get involved with anyone on set. 2, don't tell anyone what you do for a living. 3, definitely don't get involved with anyone on set. 3B, seriously. Now she's filming in Christmas Notch, a small town with Christmas trees and festive tunes all year round, but Bea's got a secret identity to hide and it's not family friendly. And her co-star, Nolan Shaw, an ex-boy band member infamous for his own X-rated antics, not only knows it but is secretly her biggest fan. When things start to heat up on set, Bea and Nolan must keep the steamy affair under wraps or risk ruining everything. I think that just sounds like so much fun, and from the little drawing on the front, I think the female main character is plus sized, which is always fun to read about, and I just think this sounds so silly, but I can't wait to find out more. We're adding the spice into the easy cheesy Christmas romance, and you know what, I'm not gutted about it. I'm really looking forward to this one. Then the last of the easy cheesy Christmas romances with an extra dose of cheesy, we have Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. I believe this came out last year, and I remember seeing a variety of booktubers and booktalkers talking about this and saying how awful it was. I read my first ever Tessa Bailey book, not just Festive but of all time, last year, and it was the most ridiculous Christmas romance I've ever read, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliantly ridiculous in a kind of tongue-in-cheek way, like it knew how stupid it was and it wasn't pretending not to be stupid. It was so self-aware, and I just thought it was so much fun. I thought it was really not wholesome, but like it was easy, cheesy and fun, and that's what I'm hoping for with this. Except this is another book about famous people. There's quite a few like reality TV shows and actresses and musicians. This is another one about musicians. Mallory Gallard may be the daughter of music royalty, but her world is far from glamorous. She spends her days restoring old books and avoiding the limelight, but when a producer offers, I'm not having a lot of luck. First the battery died, then my SD card filled up, and now the sun is rapidly setting. So what I was saying is this book sounds like it's going to be so stupid, and I cannot wait for the kind of dumb fun that I'm going to have while reading this book. Easy cheesy Christmas romance, as I keep saying. Dumb easy cheesy Christmas romance, can't wait. Then we get on to the murder mystery section of my TBR, which started because I bought a book called The Christmas Murder Game by Alexandra Benedict, and I absolutely devoured it. I read it 2 years ago, and even to this day I am so impressed by how clever it was. It sounds like a bit of a combination between Knives Out and like The Inheritance Game, which I haven't read, but similar concept. It turns out that Alexandra Benedict as an author has written a series, not an actual series, but a collection of murder themed Christmas books. So I bought 2 more of them last year, and then there's another book which kind of falls into the same category. So I'll start with that one, and that is Murder at the Theatre Royale by Ada Moncrief. This is a historical Christmas romance about a production of A Christmas Carol A Christmas what? Christmas Carolers. Christmas Carolers. A production of A Christmas Carol, which has been on tour, and it's just landed for the final stop at London's Theatre Royal. Royal? I'm not sure which. Catastrophe strikes when Scrooge dies live on stage, seemingly due to a heart attack, and then more of the cast, I believe, are killed off one by one, and the director thinks it's all to do with him, and a journalist called Daphne King is determined to reveal the truth. It's theatre, it's Christmas, and it's murder. I love most of those things. Not a huge fan of murder, but reading about murder is fun, and this one seems really short for one. Probably very engaging Christmas read. So one year I'm sure I'll get around to it. I think my sibling may have given me this actually. Then on to these Alexandra Benedict books. So I started with The Christmas Murder Game, which I read 2 years ago, and these are the 2 books that I haven't read. Starting with Murder on the Christmas Express. I believe this might be contemporary, it doesn't actually say when it's set, but a train is derailed in the Highlands. A body is found, all evidence points to murder. With the train stuck in the snow in the middle of nowhere, it's up to former Met detective Roz Parker to find the killer before they strike again. But as the countdown to Christmas and the rescue begins, Roz discovers that there are many secrets on board this train and many passengers with motives for murder. All aboard for Murder on the Christmas Express. I think it sounds fun. I think murder mysteries that are set in one fixed location where no one can escape, I think are really interesting. It sounds kind of Agatha Christie-esque. So I think it's going to be fun, and hopefully there'll be some festive vibes in there as well. And last but by no means least, we have the Christmas Jigsaw Murders, also Alexandra Benedict. This is about a character who receives a puzzle in the post, and when fitted together, the pieces show part of a crime scene, blood-spattered black and white tiles, and part of an outlined body. Included in the parcel is a message: 4, maybe more, people will be dead by midnight on Christmas Eve unless you can pull all the pieces together and stop me. It's signed Rest in Pieces. Edie O'Sullivan contacts her nephew, D.I. Sean Brand O'Sullivan, and together they work to solve the clues. But when a man is found near death with a jigsaw piece in his hand, Sean fears that Edie might be in danger and shuts her out of the investigation. As the body count rises, however, Edie knows that only she has the knowledge to put together the killer's murderous puzzle. Only by fitting all the pieces together will Edie be able to stop a killer and finally lay her past to rest. This one sounds less festive, if I'm being honest, but sounds just as clever and just as intriguing. So those are all the components I need in my murder mystery Christmas books, and it's on my list. There we have a rather, I was going to say a small selection, but actually it's quite a large selection of festive books that I hope to read over the next few festive seasons. Like I said, I don't think I will be reading many, if any, of these this year because I have non-festive books to be reading as well, but I'm hoping maybe next year I can sort my TBRs out so that I can maybe keep December free for actually reading festive books, because if this was my December TBR, that would be pretty fun. Those are my Christmas books. If you wanted some easy cheesy romance Christmas recs, there's a few. If you want some murder mystery themed Christmas recs, there's a couple of those too. If you have any other Christmas recommendations or Christmas book recommendations, please do let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and reading a great book, and I'll see you for the next installment of this little Vlogmas Not Vlogmas series. Bye!